Hi everybody, I'm mixing a little bit still with my camera. I have a little bit new setup and you can still see a little bit now of my house actually in the background. I haven't checked this anywhere. Welcome, my name is JJ Abbink. I'm reporting for GTS Sports Studio. Welcome to Rumbling Wrestling, the second episode of the reboot of this podcast. Imagine I started this podcast in I think it was 2011 or so, 2012. So and due to due to personal circumstance, I wasn't able to do it. I got very busy with GJ Sports Studio, the website, and everything. And now we more progressed and we have a little bit bigger team. I have more the energy to start podcasting, and I love podcasting, people. I really do. Um, and the thing is that I really missed it actually doing this. So it's great to be back. I'm seeing still watching actually my screen. It's a little bit annoying. I should watching the camera as I'm doing right now. Um, okay, let's talk about pro wrestling. Well, pro wrestling is taking its turn. It's nice to have a little bit alternative choices instead of just WWE, and for me it fills a lot of void. It's the Undertaker was on the Joe Rogan show. He even said it. WWE is becoming soft, and 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 as I talked about last week with the creative process, it's not really showing progress whatsoever. So we have also AEW. Impact Wrestling is making its impact. Um, New Japan Pro Wrestling, they just have Wrestle Kingdom, and they are busy also with an. I think they just announced it. I totally forgot about that. I'll be honest, not very good from and not very professional from my side, but American TV deal. Being that said, I think they're also the Fight Network. If you want to see New Japan Pro Wrestling, and advise you to do so. I think it's even the best network you can get. I mean, you can also watch their ROH, Impact Wrestling, and AEW. And what I'm actually want to talk about today is the cooperation between Impact Wrestling and AEW. And it seems to me that it actually starting to pay off already now. It started in December, and the ratings for Impact are up, and that's good. I like that because how the, how more other promotions are doing then doing fine, then that means they also can progress in that matter. Impact is, of course, on Access network. It's a very small network, not much room to grow. But they're doing also Twitch, of course. And that's the thing, yeah, people say, yeah, but that's not the TV channel. Lighten up, people. The thing is, if you're doing on Twitch or on YouTube, those are actually, I still believe, is the future for TV watching. Um, I think slowly cable packages or satellite television, it's slowly going away. I think it's more becoming more digital, like platforms like YouTube or Twitch, um, that are going to show off on to actually to show off the product. I think there lays also the future of television. It's easy and more to access. You know how to find it. It's very easy. You load up your video, you're done. Very low production costs. I mean, I'm sitting even here on YouTube doing now a live a podcast, and the whole world can see me if they want to. And that's the thing. I can reach out to millions with my words. I'm probably not going to do, but uh, you know what I'm saying is. So, in being that said, is it's a future deal, and now that AEW is on the TNT network and the Fight network and is on uh, also in England. I can't remember the network. I'm so terrible with names, people. I'm sorry, but if you're watching, start following me a little bit. I'm so sorry, but I'll do best with my names. But um, INT, right? I can't remember the network. I'm sorry. But the thing is, um, they have very good TV deals. So it's for Impact a very good deal to cooperate with AEW. It says a little bit like a calling card, and people are ready then to tune in, or if it's via the Fight Network, or it's on Access TV, or even Twitch. In that matter, so that's I think is a good deal, and very smart done. Is AEW getting something out of it? Well, I think so. If you look on it, the talent, huh? You can get some new faces, some fresh faces on AEW. Yes, you know them already. If you've seen Impact Wrestling, or if you, for example, with the Good Brothers, you know them from WWE. But it's always nice, you can create new matches. And I hear a lot of people saying, it's stupid. It doesn't make sense. The thing is, you can create new matches. You don't have to do rematch after rematch. You can create new feuds, new storylines. uh, the thing is, with storylines is always what you have to remember by is that um, the storyline is partly based on build up onto the personality that pro wrestling is providing. Now, if you have totally new personalities on your TV channel, you're also getting new storylines. It's that simple, people. So I think it's a good deal. And you see the ratings also they're gone up. Um, they're it's progressing, so it's working, especially from the 18 to 49 demographics. They really go up, and I'm happy for that because even though, and I say that also WWE again, I want these promotions to succeed. Better for me to talk about, more followers I can catch up also with my podcasts. Well, and etc. There's also a financial end, for example, ending for me. It's so it's all positive progress, but that we also know when you're progressing, you can also make mistakes. We're all human. And there comes the flaws sometimes. And there we have to be prepared. Yes. Do I say it's perfect, the cooperation between AEW and Impact Wrestling? No, absolutely not. I will never say that. I will never say something is perfect. Perfect in my book doesn't exist. I don't like people who think they're perfect because they're not. We all have flaws and we all have mistakes. But if you see then the good side from a person, as I always say, then it's even being better than perfect because it shows that you're showing off to a human side. That we have to remember. And it's same for a TV program and same for a promotion. Perfect, you will never get. There will always be flaws to be found. Maybe a botch, or uh, you know what I mean. And if I want to really ridicule, yes, of course I can talk about the foot stomp with Matt Riddle, botchamania right there. Um, and I'm not always going to do that because that's also not fair. I mean, we all know it is, as I say, it's scripted, it's not real, but we try to come over as realistic as possible. And that's the thing what we need to address with WWE, with pro wrestling. And then the thing is, um, I think that is the perfect way to describe this cooperation between AEW and Impact Wrestling. Um, you can thrive on it, evolve on it, and also learn from it. What can you do? What can't you do? You get also in another way to get your fans and audience to know. And then that's also very important, I think. It is in that matter, I think it's only about progression. In that matter, also your wrestlers is getting better. So also the wrestlers from Impact is wrestling, or Impact Wrestling are progressing, and AEW is progressing. Each another way. You can say, yeah, but how can you progress from a small promotion? Well, it's very easy. There's always something new you come across you never tried. That's very normal. And that's also for the wrestlers on the roster on AEW and as on well as um, on on Impact Wrestling. Being that said, then you know what I mean. Just gonna miss it. Sorry about that. Anyway, well, I'll read my messages. Uh, anyway, my telephone was a little bit late. Those messages were sent already. Sorry about that. That was a little bit unprofessional. You know, I'm also that show I'm off. I'm also have my flaws, but I'm also a human being. That we have to forget thing. The thing is, people. I'm totally out of it. Sorry about that. But there's good things to be done, and now we have just seen the Good Brothers on AEW. We have seen Matt Hardy with Private Party has seen on Impact Wrestling. Kenny Omega, of course, and I think in the future there should be more talent cross, and also towards AEW. I'm not saying I want to see all the Impact wrestlers on on AEW because I only can see AEW. No, for those wrestlers, it's also getting up more experience, progressing in that matter. So I'm always for if the chemistry is right, but I believe here between AEW and Impact Wrestling, I'm all forward that promotions cooperate together. Why not? And you find always people online is always they need to talk about crap about it. It's always like that. You're going to always have them. And as I said, because it's not perfect. Nobody's perfect. But even those who are complaining, they think they maybe are, but they're not. Um, so I think that the talent is also progressing and can take that experience along back to that promotion. It's just like if you rent out a rookie to a professional team, he always takes some experience home and can progress. The team can progress or himself can progress. Both parties win. It's only a win-win situation, people. And then maybe you can say, yeah, but I don't like this. Yeah, maybe, maybe see some wrestlers you don't like. That is understandable and that's acceptable. I it's the same with me. I don't like also all pro wrestlers. I probably going to ask who I don't like, and I said, no, I'm not going into that. That's a personal thing. And I always keep that to myself. If I'm sitting here before the mic, I'm here to promote the pro wrestling product. So I'm not going to talk about who I like or don't like. If I have a negative to say about it because I can underground it for what for reason, then I will do so. There's no problem. So that's the thing. That's something like if you're invading my privacy, people. So that's my privacy, and I hope you understand and respect that. So, well, there's more news coming of pro wrestling this week. WWE has announced the free coming WrestleMania. It's the first time actually in history that WWE announces free WrestleManias at once. And I think this is done due to the pandemic. What we're going to see is WrestleMania 37, who is in the Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay, Florida, on the 10th and 11th of April. We see a small group of fans attending due to the COVID situation. Next year, it's going to be in Texas, in Arlington, in the AT&T Stadium of 38 on the 3rd of April. There you see more progression. We don't know. I don't know where we at the moment, and probably maybe COVID is under control and we don't have any more the situation. We can have a full stadium. I'm really hoping for that. I'm really cheering for that. And then, of course, 39 in the Sophie Stadium in Los Angeles. I think there we will probably have a full house, people. And I was talking with the team, and we are going to try to go to the Sophie Stadium. We'll be there as the GTA Sports Studio team. I'm not going to make any promise, but on the 2nd of April in Los Angeles. That's a goal. So coming more on the thing, it's been a busy week actually, to be quite on the pro wrestling thing, on the pro wrestling scene. Undertaker, as I said, he shot on WWE, and he said more or less, well, he's still watching it, but he finds it hard to watch the product as it is at the moment because it becomes soft. And he blamed partly actually more of the COVID situation. I can understand that where he's getting it, and it's true. I can see what he's saying. I can see where it's coming from. Having other promotions these problems? No, I don't think really. Yes, of course, the whole product in the whole has changed a little bit. That is because of being attracted to the pandemic. That is a possibility. But also, so you're more careful in that way. But also, I think, and of course, safety messages. But I think it's also what has changed is that we come to realize life is more fragile as it is. And that sounds a little weird to say for me as a pro wrestling critic, because we want to take chair shots to the head and beat the living crap out of each other. While we know it's all scripted. But the thing is, keep saying on that and keep matter on that matter is, I think in total, yes, it is gone softer. And maybe there's more to it also, because if I'm now looking back at it, if you think about from the attitude area of, yeah, it's definitely gone softer from that year on, and we didn't have the COVID there. I think it also has to do a little bit with political correctness. There's so much involved while a product is changing. Not never one thing. I don't believe that. I mean, I will give you an example. A few weeks ago, I was watching a stand-up comedy show from Holland, and the jokes were made. Now, we all laughed at the time. If you make these jokes today, you will be sued. I mean, judging on skin color or making on that. And we're talking about the 80s here. Everybody was laughing their ass off. Even a black person was laughing along. Because I think at the time we were not that accepting, but we think we were. And there. So today is the product is more coming accepting on other people's flaws, or flaws I don't want to say. The people's how people are in that matter. And that is also changing the pro wrestling product. Now, is it changed a lot due to the pandemic? Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And will it get back? Probably so. I hope so. I never can tell. I don't know. Um, I don't think also all go back to normal. That I'm also agreeing. But some things, yeah, definitely. I think that is going to happen, people, because it is. I think it's how society thrives. It's also that with, and it's not only pro wrestling. Huh? Look at a soccer match, look at an NFL match, or ice hockey or basketball. You will always see that every promotion, every sport is changing. If it's for the better, that is up to the side from that moment on. I can tell that. That is, I think that's also a very personal issue. Maybe I like something, but another person don't. Respectable, that I understand. I respect that, and for that matter. So yeah, it's hard to say. It's really hard to say. And the thing is, if when I was looking, I was that Joe Rogan interview from The Undertaker. I thought to myself, yeah, he can say it technically. He's done with the business. I don't think he will ever get one more match. I doubt that. But people still think he will do one more match. I seriously doubt that, people. I'm so sorry. I mean, the guy is in his 50s. I mean, he had so many surgery hell cut-ins, and you're also just being human for that matter. He's also a human being. And he's also getting older, with all due respect. So I think we have seen and done the last of the Undertaker in the ring, and that's in a way shame, but I also respect it more or less. So now I have actually not much more to talk about on this podcast. It's a little bit a short show. I am aware of that. I mean, we're only 22 minutes on, but sometimes there's more to discuss than not the show. That's the thing. So nice with these podcasts. I can talk for hours on some matters. Okay, it's a little bit agenda thing. If you're liking football, I mean, talking soccer on Monday, the pitch is returning on here on the GTA Live Tube network and GTA Sports Studio. We're going to talk about football. We're going to talk about everything on that matter. What's going on in the world of football. So that's coming back every Monday at 4 p.m. Central European time. And then next Thursday, we have a prediction show. We're going to do a little bit different. We're going to do the predictions for the WWE Royal Rumble. Yes, because that's next week Sunday. I'm going to give my predictions. Who's going to win? Who's going to get over? Etc. Etc. We'll do that. That's next Thursday. And then on Sunday after the Royal Rumble, I will also be here on YouTube doing my a special more or less podcast, because then I'll be doing the review of the Royal Rumble. That's all for now. Thank you for tuning in. My name is JJ Abbink. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/GTA Live, facebook.com /GTA Sports Studio. You can follow us on Twitter, twitter.com /GTA Sports Studio, or just at GTA Sports Studio, of course. Here on YouTube, youtube.com /GTA Live Tube, and we're also on Pinterest also. Pinterest.com /GTA Live Tube. We're also on vk.com /GTA Sports Studio, and we're also on Tumblr on GTA Sports Studio.tumblr.com. I think I have them all. Damn, we're a lot on social media. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Take care. I will see you on Monday with the pitch, and I'll be back with pro wrestling on next Thursday, 4 p.m., with the predictions for the WWE Royal Rumble. Okay. Take care, people. Ciao.